Hey everybody, clearing. All right, I am camping out. So here we go. Let's do a reading. I didn't have anything on the pre-shuffle to focus on, but let's see. Well, we are getting overcoming abandonment wound in real time right now. So that, I would say all of us, let's just set the intention that we're going to get past that wobbly, paradoxical energy. When we are on these journeys, a lot of the mirroring is connected with that abandonment wound and the illusion, because that abandonment wound is in the polarity of fear. Divine love is in the spectrum, the polarity of love. So once we clear that abandonment wound or the fear-based responses and conditioning, we're left with love. And that, of course, is what standing the test of time reveals. So let's get into it. How is that fear-based abandonment layer being cleared? Well, we get also in real time, all of us looking at higher love, not interpreting scenarios with those knee-jerk defensive reactions, but literally being attuned or disciplined to keep reaching for the most love-filled interpretation of things going on. I will say it again, that a lot of the messages from July into August are talking about this idea that our person loves us just as much, if not more, than we love them. And that's something very humbling, because a lot of the fear-based templates say we love that person more than they love us, or even to the extreme, they don't love us at all, it's pretend, or it's fake, or they don't mean it, or it's a trick, all of that stuff. So thank goodness that you can't mess up what's meant for you. So let's get into it. How can this collective continue to look at this abandonment wound influence for progress in the connection? Thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us what is going on, okay, on all the chakra levels right now as a calibration towards this. Speaking of that, I did mention in a recent video that I'm going to be doing a chakra workshop for 333 going into September. I might bump that actually to October, because I don't know my parenting schedule for September yet, so I can't secure a day. And extracurricular activities and things. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait on the timing of that. Let's plan for October. Then at the end of August, you'll be getting much more information. I know I've got a few eager people already emailing about it. I love you, I see you, I hear you, and we're gonna do what we can. So it will likely be a weekday on Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. for a few consecutive weeks, or Saturday during the day. So if you are seriously interested in that offering, can you please put weekday evening or Saturday in comments below, just so I can start to get a little bit of a heads up on what people are looking for. So I'm on Pacific Standard Time. That would mean as early as 8 or 9 a.m. Saturday mornings, and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. weekday evenings. Let me know which would work better. Okay, long-winded. Somebody timestamp that we start at 4 minutes, but here we go. So what can we see on all the chakra levels for this abandonment wound clearing in the collective? What can we see for how the feminines, those who identify as divine feminines, are navigating the energy, how that is allowing them to view their masculine, and how the masculines are navigating these themes on all the chakra levels, and how that is shifting their perception and how they are viewing their feminine. Okay, oh, Suki, do you hear kids? Yeah, my Suki is here with me. Oh, we have like a preschool class going past the camper. Okay, so conscious mind on the crown chakra. So both counterparts realize that things are potentially ready to move forward, but are not moving forward right now. So this is sort of the brakes are on, but there is the potential for momentum. So when we're looking at the abandonment wound, you know, there's a readiness here that is very practical and divinely illuminated, is what I'm hearing. That both counterparts know that there is something very specific about inner security, stability, perception that needs to come to peace, balance, before the connection can move forward. So what is it that the feminine Queen of Fire, ooh, I heard holding our radiance as feminines. So this means knowing our worth, knowing our place, knowing that we are this beautiful gift, that we are worthy of love, that we are worthy of our masculine's love. So much so that we were made to experience it. This is also the temple embodiment. This is the divine feminine being filled up from the inside with spiritual wisdom, spiritual wholeness, spiritual worth, and not just simply the physical. This is the radiance that comes from being in righteousness, being lit, being on fire for aliveness. This is that embodiment. So the divine feminines are, I heard, harnessing this frequency in an extended way, holding their own this way. This is not dependent on whether the masculines are coming or going, approving or disapproving. This is in our own right. How are the masculines being affected here? Justice in the inverse. Okay, so the masculines believe, feminines, that there is something going on, possibly legally, financially, on your side or theirs, or both, that is in the material realm preventing this from moving forward. So if there is a due date, I heard court date, a legal matter that has not come to justice yet, that is a major consideration for your masculine. For those that are not aware of those things, possibly you're going to become aware of something. It has nothing to do with your worth. It's actually your masculine not wanting to add insult to injury or complicate matters in the physical by coming forward prematurely. There's a horsey term called chomping at the bit, and I'm getting that here. Like, your masculine is raring to go. Like, they want to move forward as much as you do here, feminines. So it's not about you not being good enough. It's not about you not being there yet in a energetic or worthiness level. It's literally about these material realm details. Now, if that really doesn't resonate, this can mean that the masculines are working on things that they're working towards. So it can be a combination of clearing up things that need to be finalized in your respective karmic lives, or it could be establishing this foundation going forward. Okay, what can we see on the third eye chakra? Unconditional love. So this is, again, another frequency that's being stabilized. Time after time, these connections have shown that the counterparts love each other, that there is trust here, that it's consistent. I'm hearing you're still mine after all this time. Like, it's being confirmed through thick and thin, good times and bad, all of it. It's being established on the intuitive level. So, you know, our intuition, our third eye, can sometimes be referred to as a searchlight internally. And there is no blemish in this, right? Everything is accepted, embraced, and moved beyond, brought into righteousness. So it's not about being a doormat or putting up with things that we don't actually want because we're trying to be selfless. That is not unconditional love. That's weak energy. Unconditional love means seeing the things that need to be brought into improvement, into righteousness, and not sweating it and not trying to force something that's not there yet, in that we would be settling for it. This means pacing ourselves, loving ourselves, being in balance, and not needing to have something before it's actually ready and ripe. How are the feminines being affected by this? 9 of Water, it's making the heart grow fonder. So this really is allowing you feminines to go for gold, to not settle for less, to not put pressure, to not want something that is not 1000% mutual. Such good energy. What can we see for the masculines here? Temperance in the inverse. So the masculines know that if things are not ready in the physical, they are not fully healed, repaired, balanced, ready. And so the masculines are holding this impeccable standard in the physical because they're creating this safe container for you to be this incredible, energetically, emotionally whole being within the relationship when you do come together. Your masculines want everything to be appropriate. It's not even about perfection. It's literally about finished business from the things in the past and to have a strong foundation. It's not about perfectionism. It's literally about preparedness, is what I'm hearing. They are really coming into excellence, which is vastly different than perfectionism. They're coming into excellence because of the amount of heart and care they are putting into the foundation, the starting point. So I heard seed point. So when these masculines affirm to you that they feel it's go time, they will mean it wholeheartedly, feminines. And this is a very intuitively guided thing for the masculines. They are feeling into it and really looking at these systems of comprehension, the way the material realm and the spiritual growth, the emotional growth, the mindset, the paradigm shift, they're really looking how it all works together, and they are custodians of the physical realm here. What can we see on the throat chakra? Ooh, the moon. So there might be a lot of mystery in the communication or lack thereof at this time, but like any beautiful, clear, starry, moonlit night, it's peaceful. So really embrace the peace. No news is good news. Like literally, if you're not communicating with your counterpart right now, it's a chance for you feminines to just be in this energy. And masculines, you are bang on with this assessment. Continue doing your due diligence. Continue allowing things to play out with your scenario and your feminine scenario. Trust the process. Trust the journey. Trust the becoming. What can we see for the feminines here? Messenger of Earth. So stay in presence. The messenger, the page of Earth, is a simple exchange when warranted. Heartfelt, present. It's not overly attached to the past or the future. It's really just in the flow of the moment. So this is where, pages can be messengers or messages going back and forth. So this can mean that there's incoming communication from your masculine or to your masculine. This can be that you hear things from other people, or there is some kind of signs or synchronicities right now. Take them all, not necessarily with a grain of salt, but don't make them into mountains out of molehills. This is really a chance to just practice being grounded and seeing what is relevant as you are holding this frequency. Nothing matters more than anything else. We don't need to exaggerate or inflate anything one way or the other. Fears, hopes, it's all part of the big picture. It's all sacred. Everything showing up is sacred. And so this is part of that mystery. You don't need to overly define or understand anything. Trust your heart. Trust that depth that you feel and come into the safety of it, feminines. What are the masculines experiencing here? Oh, wow. This is the card of public victory. This is where the masculine comes in and crowns the feminine with a promise of life partnership, of marriage, of relationship. This is, dependent on these things still playing out in the physical for this horse to ride forward to do this. So in part, masculines, continue to understand you are doing this in the name of unconditional love. There's no rush. It can take you however long it needs to for it to be done appropriately, for it to be done with righteousness, for it to be done through higher guidance in alignment. So again, not perfectionism, aligned energy. And so with the moon here, that's the mystery. When is it going to feel aligned? When is it going to click into place? We don't know until we know. What can we see on the heart space? Oh, this love. So both are calling in this love. Both are affirming this love mutually. Both are feeling this love. Even without direct shows of this, there seems to be just this reverence. How are the feminines experiencing that? Ace of Air. You don't know what you don't know right now. This is giving that surprise energy. There's a lot of anticipation from the masculine side here, where they've got their horse saddled up and ready to jump on, right? At a moment's notice. And you may not really understand how close your masculine is to being ready to do that. I'm even getting, you know, those times you felt it was going to happen. They really wanted to. It was in the energy, but for whatever reason, they got a not just yet. And the magic continued to unfold. So feminines, you don't need to be vigilant with love. It is for you whether you are, you know, watching for it or not, especially when you just let go and lose yourself in the dance of the becoming and in the moment. Time flies when we're having fun, right? And that's not about rebellion, but that's just about being in the zone, being in the beingness, being in the flow. You are safe, you are protected, you are more loved than you know, feminines, and you don't have to be vigilant for when this is going to come over the horizon. You literally can just surrender to your best life and trust it's on its way, feminines. Feel that love in your heart and trust that. Trust that impeccably. What can we see for the masculines? Yeah, this new beginning is in hand. This is a good omen, I just heard, masculines. This is like the divine saying to you, I'm giving you the abundance. I am rewarding you for alignment. You are, through your free will, aligning with your kingdom inheritance, I just heard. So typically the Ace of Pentacles is the divine hand giving this from the clouds. So you are being handed a new life here, masculines. You are being handed your divine life, your ascended life, your righteous life, your aligned life. And so, yes, you are just meant to take that to heart, that this is a huge blessing by the divine. You're feminine, the way that you are growing, the way that you are seeing this journey, the way that you're being impeccable with that alignment and righteousness, with the timing and your choices, the way you're conducting yourself, the way that you are creating this beautiful safe container and this atmosphere of trust. It will all be worth it. It's going to pay off in that loyalty and love that you're feminine and you get to celebrate once it is actually time to deepen this together. This is saying it's already here. So part of you being in this alignment where you are attuned to higher guidance like this is an indication that it's already unfolding. It's already being established. The aces don't have an instruction manual, so every time you listen to higher guidance in anything, you are fulfilling that level that's already come in. And so just don't doubt the love, masculines. It's here. Feel that in your heart. Make all of your decisions based on this love. Trust it. Your feminine is not denying the love. Your feminine loves you so much. Yeah. Continue making all of your decisions as though this is a guarantee, masculines. You know you're feminine. Your feminine, I'm hearing, believe the things your feminine has said about how much they love you. Your feminines have shown you this, confirmed this. They have acknowledged you. So take that deeply to heart. What can we see for the solar plexus chakra? Ooh, a lot of emotional purging. So some of the empowerment coming in for these connections is to really feel our authentic emotions. We've just had a lot of upheaval in the last little while with the Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde, others in retrograde. I think Pluto was, the Lionsgate portal. We saw a lot of our emotions coming to be recognized for the messages that they offered. And so this empowerment is continuing to play out over August, where we're starting to befriend the deep messages our emotions are giving us about life and love. How are the feminines being empowered by these emotions? Ooh, the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. So the feminines have an Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands. This is that surprise energy, because we have you here, masculine, with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, which is the offer, and your feminine can sense something big is coming. They may not know what it is. They may have a hunch that it's going to be connected with you and this passionate new beginning, this brand new access to each other with an increase of connection in the physical, they can feel it. This is also a phallic card, so it can be that they're wishing to establish something that is beyond the sensual pleasure. And so they're looking, feminines are being shown the spiritual value. With that Queen of Wands, the feminines are in a deep meditation right now about their wishes as it aligns with the soul, with the righteousness. And there is something here with this passionate energy where they are really looking at being entrusted with the sacred sensual energies. And so there is a lot of emotion. I mean, I'm going to say it could be intimate frustration being purged, so that there isn't some kind of neediness or lack or passive aggressive or kink kind of stuff being fallen back on. There's something here where the feminines are really truly honoring their purity, their faithfulness, their righteousness, their monogamous energy with you and you alone, masculines. What can we see for how the DMs are experiencing this? So it's a deep internal step-by-step process. The Knight of Swords is the slowest, or Knight of Pentacles, pardon me, is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And this is, you know, your emotions bit by bit. Doesn't mean you have to have this huge over-the-top breakdown or meltdown or profound tears, although you may, with the King of Cups in the inverse, some of you might be actually sobbing. Progress is here. So if you are tackling your emotions one by one, case by case, so be it. If you are having fetal position tears and crying, it's productive. You may not see that, but it is. So just allow anything that's going on, masculines, because this is saying that you're going through a deep, deep restructuring internally and an emotional awakening. What can we see for the sacral chakra? Ooh, the Father of Wands. So this is the counterpart for the Queen of Wands that we got for the feminines. This is the embodiment for the masculines. This is the spiritual embodiment. So this is you seeing yourself as this tantric king, this worthy counterpart to your beautifully spiritually radiant feminine. So this is the feminine also honoring where you've been, where you've shown them your heart, I heard psychic giftings, your intuition, your spirituality, your timing, your conscious navigation of this journey. You're coming into your own. Your feminine is watching you come into your own as well. For many of these connections, the feminine has been the more obvious spiritual one. They may even fit into some of those, I heard, witchy stereotypes or spiritual stereotypes, woo-woo. They may look like a spiritual person. They may be practicing a more spiritual alternative healing modality, or they may just seem enchanted or like an earth angel. You masculines may not give off that sort of wizardry or shamanic energy or priesty energy, but this is you understanding it doesn't need to look a part. You already have this within. And divine masculines, because you're attuned to that direct to source, that lightning bolt there, and this staff, this is like Moses' staff, because you're attuned to this channeling to the divine, it's not of ego, right? This is you becoming that embodiment of channeling the divine understanding, the love perspective, the sacred energy, the righteous energy. And so it's not of your power, it's literally, it comes through you. And so this is, you know, your feminine is still understanding what they've seen in your connection. You may be still trying to make sense of it, but on the sacral chakra here, this truly is an indicator of monogamous, lifelong, monogamous, intimate bliss, ecstasy. When two spiritual masters who are perfectly aligned come together, there is nothing that pulls them apart. And so this process of becoming has been this courtship dance, this spiritual dance, this alchemical process. And so masculines, as this energy prepares for you to truly come forward in all your divine glory, your feminine is now in the receptive mode, in their Queen of Wands receptive mode. And it is up to you to bring this offer in when you energetically know it to be good and right and true to do so. So this is a full surrender motion. How are the feminines in this energy? Transformation. This is the death energy in this card. And so that is the birth, death, rebirth cycle. But I'm getting from this that the feminines are realizing what was big is small and small is big, and nothing is what it seems. And that where they thought they were advanced, you were always stride for stride, masculines. And where they thought that you were advanced and they were falling behind, it was just an illusion for those particular lessons to be shown. This is a journey of realization. It's going from theoretical to embodied. It's going from material to spiritual. It's harmonizing the dimensions. It's integrating all of it. And this is whole love grounding, because we're not just of the world. We're not just animals. We are not just simply spirit. We are both. And so this is the transformation. It's the balancing of the masculine and feminine within us. It's the balancing of the flesh and spirit. It is all of that. So many of the dimensions are converging, and the feminines are watching this happen. They're being shown. Their intuition, their prayers, their visions are taking on new meaning, new reality. They're watching this materialize before their eyes. It's not what they thought it would be. It's better. It's better. And the masculines, wow, 7 of Swords in the inverse. In the upright, this can be denial, avoidance, ignorance, oblivious energy. In the inverse, this is, oh, it's so adorable. So masculines, your divinity is showing. It's like you may be trying to keep this all under wraps, maybe to surprise your feminine, maybe so you're not leading anybody on prematurely, maybe so it can be a surprise, but it's peeking through. Your feminine has divine vision, and so any aspect of you that's in alignment, your feminine will see that like it's because it is you, and you're going to have to get used to being seen that way, because you are becoming radiant as well. This divine masculine glow up, this is an energetic thing. It's not something that you can plan and have a release party and now come out as a divine masculine. No, it's all, your reputation is preceding you, and you, your family, your friends, your feminine are all starting to see this elevated or expanded version of your radiance as well. Wow. What can we see on the root chakra? Passion, passion, passion. Son of Wands. Okay, so I'm hearing that the sensual pull is going to be ramping up between the two, and the telepathic connection. I heard behave. Okay, so it's never been more important to keep these healthy boundaries, but to channel that intense mutual sexual pull into getting through the last remaining justice, obstacles, the things that need to play out in the physical, and holding that fire. So feminines, when you're in that divine Queen of Wands, that means keeping your energy. Don't leak that energy to other masculines. Do not waver in that. watch your tendencies to go into weak energy and stay strong even in this mystery at this time. Masculines, continue channeling that energy to knowing that it's going to be worth the wait, and that the things are playing out, and that as we contain that energy, that life force energy, that aliveness, we will only become more efficient with the things that need to finalize so we can come into full union here in the physical. What is happening for the feminines? Four of air. So feminines, continue to spend and prioritize more time meditating, letting the love sink in, letting the awareness of what you need to do in your life at this time come to you. This is a card of praying to receive answers. This is consciously meditating with, deliberately letting go of pain, letting go of competition, letting go of lack, letting go of any heartache from the past. This is just releasing it. This is letting it all go, and letting go and letting God, and allowing things to play out right now. So acknowledge if you're feeling an increase of this passion ramping up, but let it be a support to you, that you don't have to take action. It's about non-action right now and surrendering. It's just letting it ebb and flow and balance over the next while. And for the masculines, wow, Queen of Cups. You're going to be shown the psychic, intuitive, unconditional love of your divine feminine in a new way. And I'm hearing that's not necessarily going to be direct interaction or communication. It's like you're going to be given a life review of your connection and all of the incredible love that possibly you were not able to validate in the past. So I'm seeing many memories that may have left you confused or wondering if your feminine's actions were motivated by love or not, or specifically if they were showing up in certain ways for a lower vibrational reason or in the highest of love. You're going to be shown that loving confirmation in their actions, in the way that they've navigated this, in the way that they've done their best in this connection. And it's going to turn you on, I'm hearing. So this spiritual essence that's going to be illuminated to you more about your feminine and the specific ways they've been loving you directly in this relationship, in this history, those are going to be confirmed to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, there is such a reverence in this energy that your feminine has just held this love for you until you've been willing to acknowledge it, that they have shown up. I know that it wasn't a feminine in the Princess Bride, but I'm hearing Wesley saying, as you wish. And your feminine has really just been there in that energy, allowing you all the spaciousness, all of the becoming. But they have been here. They have not wavered in their acknowledgement of who you are to them. And you have not needed to question them. With this feminine facing you directly here with this cup of love, you know that this cup of love has always been there from them to you, if you should so choose to partake. And so that is such an important thing here, because, a lot of times I talk to the feminines that I'm reading for and remind them that just because they have a crush or the hots for a particular masculine doesn't mean it's their masculine, their divine masculine. So masculines, this specific message is that your true divine feminine has never told you or made you question their love for you. They have always been there standing at the doorway, and you have always been in full awareness that they feel this way for you. So masculines, if you do not have this feminine that you're watching this for, if that's not a confirmation, if the feminine has specifically declined you or told you that it is not the connection, then this is not your divine feminine. Divine masculines do play that game. Divine feminines don't. Divine feminines, part of the true divine feminine is to affirm that and hold consistent with it. I do feel sometimes there are divine feminines who will say, fine then, don't, or I'm not. But it's a little facetious, and I think that would be earlier on in your connections. In this energy, I am saying your divine feminine has never denied that they feel a certain way for you or that they love you. So take that to heart, masculines, and let that turn you on, because that is, you know, the full invitation from your true divine feminine and confirmation that no matter what you've all gone through, they have never ceased to stop feeling this way for you and showing you through every twist and turn on this journey. They have maintained this position unwaveringly, masculines. So heed that, take note of that. Oh, and dare I say, that is the healthy pride that lives in their soul, because they are divine, because they are worthy, because they are yours, feminine. Excellent. All right. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.